Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I don't know if you caught the earlier live with me a couple hours ago, but I'm going to catch you guys all up. So, for those of you who hasn't seen or know what happened, earlier today, it was announced on El Paso County Sheriff's website that Gannon Stauch has been found in Florida. And there was an autopsy done as well. Now, if we fast forward a little bit, there was a press conference with Michael Allen. And before I get into what he said, I'm just going to say this for Michael Allen. This is a win of sorts. It's not, but it is in his side because, well, we know he's a stellar lawyer, and not only that, he has 100% accuracy in these murder cases. So for him, this is a blessing in a way, because with it, Gannon is going to bring evidence, and he doesn't have the obstacle anymore of trying to charge someone with murder without a body, right? So this all went down today. Yeah, Michael Allen is going to take her down. So let me walk you through what Michael Allen actually said in this press conference. Yes, this is another live. Sure, mods should be in the channel, so if you guys are watching, then you can get rid of them. All right, so Michael Allen comes on to the press conference, and he says these are the new charges. He said murder in first degree after deliberation. It's a class 1 felony that carries a potential sentence of life in prison without parole. And I'll dive deeper into it because I have the document now too. He said also 8 counts of crime of violence for the alleged use of a firearm, a blunt instrument, or knife or other sharp object, and for causing the death of Gannon Stauch. He says these new charges are added to the 4 charges that were originally charged. And then he said, keep in mind, these are allegations. She is presumed innocent until proven guilty. And he said he wasn't going to go into too much details in this press conference. He also says if any of you have credible tips, to call 719-520-6666 or email tips@elpasoco.com. They are also asking if you are in Florida between February 3rd and 5th in the Pensacola area to and saw Tisha to actually call and let them know. So he said there's still a pending hearing on April 4th at 2020 at 3 p.m. And he was also, somebody brought up, with everybody being quarantined and stuff, he said that's really not going to pertain to this. He said anybody who's currently in custody, they're going to still be on the schedule unless otherwise indicated. Yes, I'm going to read the charges in a minute in depth. I'm just giving you the breakdown of what Michael Allen said. So for those of you who are just joining, Michael Allen was on a press conference today at 3 p.m. and he was discussing what just went down, that Gannon has been found. Now, he said, somebody said, now that there's a body, he said, does this change things? And he says, absolutely, this changes things now with a body. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, there's going to be evidence that comes with him. And obviously now it's not going to be as difficult. Well, I'm sure it's still difficult, but not as difficult with no body, right? He said he's not going to give any details to how long he was deceased. He said a body in general does have a lot of evidence. And he said, somebody asked, have you talked to the family? And he says, yes, I met with the family. They're distraught. They were holding on hope despite the charges, and they are struggling. And I think that's just even an understatement, how much struggling they could be, because I can't even imagine. He also said, they talked about a little bit, they mentioned earlier how it's a tentative identification, but the authorities told the family already, right? So what else did he say? He's talking about the old charges, including with the new charges. And he talked about the gag order, and he said, because these are merely allegations right now, he says everybody's presumed innocent. That's why the gag order. He says you can talk about the charges filed, but he said, though, because those are public records, but you can't discuss the details of that, of why they're charging them. So what else did he say? This is interesting. He said, so he says, I have a huge crush on Michael Allen. I think we all do at this point. Do you believe Gannon died in Colorado Springs? And this is very, very, very important. He said, we have jurisdictional requirements, so we couldn't charge it if we didn't think that it didn't occur in this jurisdiction. Meaning, he believes or has evidence that Gannon died in Colorado. Okay, so that is very, 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 very important. Now, I'm going to run through the charges with you, and it's not going to be good. But I'm going to read it. So anybody who's just joined me, thank you for joining me. If you didn't see earlier, I did do a live that there was breaking news that Gannon was found in Pensacola, Florida, which is 21 hours away from Colorado Springs. And they found him. I first thought the 8th. I forgot to put something on there. Okay. Anyways, I needed to block calls. Sorry. Yeah, so 21 hours away. So let's read this. And I'll read you the charges. Now, you guys probably know the first 4 charges, which is murder in the first degree, murder in child abuse resulting in death, tampering with a deceased human body, and tampering with physical evidence. Now, Michael Allen also adds now the murder in the first degree with intent and deliberation. And then he also says on here, because this is where I was shocked on the crime, the 8 counts of crime of violence. And this is going to get you. It says count 6. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, during the attempted commission of, conspiracy to commit, or the immediate flight from the offense of murder in the first degree after deliberation, as charged in count 1. Then he talks about count 7, crime of violence. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a blunt instrument, during the attempted commission of, conspiracy to commit, or the immediate flight from the offense of murder in the first degree after deliberation, as in count 1. Count 8, crime of violence. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of deadly weapon, namely a knife or other sharp instrument, during the attempted commission of, conspiracy to commit, or the immediate flight from the offense of murder in the first degree after deliberation, as charged in count 1. Count 9. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch, during the attempted commission of, conspiracy to commit, or immediate flight from the crime of murder in the first degree after deliberation, as charged in count 1, unlawfully caused the death of Gannon Stauch, a person not a participant in the crime, in violation of section, and then it talked about it. Now here's another one, count 10, crime of violence. On or about January 27th, 2020, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a firearm, during the attempted commission of, conspiracy to commit, or the immediate flight from the offense of murder in the first degree, child under 12 years of age, as charged in count 2. So count 1 is murder in the first, and so is count 2. So count 11. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a blunt instrument, during the commission of attempted commission of conspiracy to commit or the immediate flight from the offense of murder in the first degree, child under 12 years of age, as charged in count 2. And then on count 12 now we're at. On or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch unlawfully used or possessed and threatened the use of a deadly weapon, namely a knife or other sharp instrument, during the commission of attempted commission of conspiracy to commit, or the immediate flight from the offense of murder in the first degree, child under 12 years old, as charged in count 2. And number 13, on or about January 27th, Letitia Stauch, during the attempted commission of conspiracy to commit or immediate flight from the crime of murder in the first degree, child under 12 years of age, as charged in count 2, unlawfully caused the death of Gannon Stauch, a person not a participant in the crime. All offenses against the peace and dignity of the people of the state of Colorado. Daniel H. May, District Attorney, by Michael Allen. So, in these crime of violence, she has a firearm, a blunt instrument, a knife, involved. I just don't even know what to say to that. And it is absolutely horrific. Now, some of you guys may be asking, well, wait a minute. You're talking about the blunt instrument, the firearm, etc., right? Spencer Wilson, who is, remember, he was the reporter that was given her the interview with her head turned. He says this in a tweet. He says, sorry, I can clarify. Those are 3 different charges, so they believe they have the evidence to prove she used all 3 of those types of weapons. Knife or sharp object is just a charge title, basically means they believe she stabbed him. So he's saying that it proves that she used all 3 of those types of weapons. Am I buffering? Yeah, sorry guys. So, for those who just joined, they found Gannon a few days ago in Pensacola, Florida. They are asking anybody, if you saw Tisha in the Pensacola/Pace, Florida area between February 3rd and 5th, to please contact the authorities at 719-520-6666 or email at tips@elpasocode.com. And I'm reading the charges this afternoon of what she's been formally charged with. And she is in a whole lot of hot water. And the moment I hear apology come out of her mouth, and she deserves one, I swear. So, I have a little bit of homework to do, obviously, because of this new information. And I'm going to find out how this could be even possible, but it's possible. I do not know if somebody else is involved. However, he did not mention, usually he mentions at this time there's no other arrests, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say that this time, but we don't know if that's just because the question wasn't asked. Well, let's get into it. Exactly. And you know me, I'm going to be doing videos on that to dive in. But the important piece of information is they found him in Florida and they believed his death happened in Colorado. That is important. And it is a 21-hour drive from Colorado Springs. There is a gag order. Leave it to Linda. So this, I did mention this before, and I kept feeling like there is going to be, I mean, this isn't the end of what we're going to find out, and it's only going to get worse, I think, from the answers we're going to get. Yes, I've seen the photos. So thank you so much to those of you who've been emailing me. I'm getting a barrage of emails, and they are showing me the picture of where the area was police taped off. And so I appreciate all your emails. I am going through them, but wow, I got a lot this afternoon. Yeah, buckle up for the trial. Ours is good. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough one. I think what we're going to find out, like I mentioned in my videos, is going to be, it's going to be worse than we could ever imagine. Also, I did mention before how she creates a ton of crime scenes, this woman, and here she is. And that hang on, sorry. CMH says, put this towards a blue heart for your studio so we can see it too. Oh, thank you. That is a great idea. You know what's funny is I'm currently working on my studio and a new background. So I love that idea. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I said she's going to create a bunch of crime scenes, right? And that's what it is now. Looks like she did make that 955 miles that I did in that video. But obviously it's like 1,400, give or take, to get to Pensacola. So what is the update? Gannon has been found in Florida, Pensacola, Florida. And I read the new charges, which Michael Allen charged, hang on, let me just find this here. Yeah, so he charged her on top of the other charges. Thank you, Julie, sweetheart, thank you. He charged her with murder in the first degree after deliberation, which is a class 1 felony that carries a potential sentence of life in prison without parole. He also added the 8 counts of crime of violence for the alleged use of a firearm, a blunt instrument, a knife, or other sharp object, and for causing the death of Gannon Stauch. And I tell you, you guys, and when he was found, it's reported that construction workers found him on the side of the highway near that, what's it called? Thank you, Julie, for the blue heart. Yes, I'm going to do the blue heart. That's an amazing idea. Let me just look. I know it starts with an E. Guys, help me out. Help me out. The name of it, the bridge. Cambria? Let me look. I don't want to get it wrong. But I'm going to have to dig, unless you guys can answer for me. There it is. Escambia River. On that bridge. Or near that bridge. Okay, let me find the chat now, you guys, again. Because I was looking. Escambia, there you go. So, you guys are awesome, thank you. No, there's actually, right here, there's actually just a furnace right underneath. So I'm working on a different set though, so you guys are going to be able to see something different. Please say it again. Okay, so Heather says, I just love and appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you're just joining me, I'm doing an update from the earlier live where Gannon Stauch was found. He was found in Pensacola, Florida, which is 21-hour drive away from Colorado Springs. Michael Allen did a press conference this afternoon at 3 p.m. and he read out the newest charges. And she has now 13 different charges. And he's saying that he added to the original charges, so don't forget it was murder in the first. He also added tampering with a human body and tampering with evidence. And also he added child abuse resulting in death. Those were the original 4. He added another 9. Murder in the first degree after deliberation and intent, and 8 counts of crime of violence, which is for the alleged use of a firearm, a blunt instrument, a knife or other sharp object, and for causing the death of Gannon Stauch. Thank you, Kimberly. Somebody says, I like your husband's support. My husband is amazing. He basically, I could tell him I want to be an astronaut, and he would be like, sure, where and when, no problem. So I appreciate Mr. Linda. Yeah, my email is itsacrimeandashame@gmail.com. Emily says, it's coming, Emily. I'll just let me see here. The suitcase he was found in could have been what was in the bed of the truck when she left with him. So I know there has been some chatter about a suitcase. We don't know if that's true or not. I'm not saying it's not true. I just, I like the facts, but people are saying that I saw a woman say that her sister took the call and he was found in that. I don't know, but I'm going to look and find out. So basically, Crack My Contra says, she basically hurt him, killed him, moved his baby at least twice. I won't word that, but yep. Yeah, basically they have evidence that his death happened in Colorado, which he ended up in Florida. And so, yeah, the 17th of March. So when I first came on earlier today, it said the 18th of March, but I found that he was actually found on the 17th of March. And they just talked about the 18th, I saw either in an article or on El Paso County. Do we get to meet Mr. Linda for the trial walkthrough? We could. He might even be able to do a little bit of his expertise also to add. Okay, check my email. Okay, let's check my email. Thank you so much for joining, you guys. I really appreciate it. It's so nice to be able to chat with you sometimes instead of just the camera. You know what I mean? And we can all talk about this together. I super appreciate the community. It's really great. Okay, so let's just look at my email. And somebody's saying about the suitcase. Except I don't know from who. I bet you I had 50 or 60 emails today just on this. So I'm not sure where I'm going to have to look. But I'll have to look in a minute. Yeah, so the 17th. And I saw a news article that said the 17th. So March 17th that something happened there. And then he went for an autopsy and they just announced it today. And you could see the crime tape a little bit in and around, the side of the road where there was a bunch of rocks. And when you think of it, I mean, it was the 27th that he goes missing. The next day, she rents a rental car, right? By Thursday, 2 more days later, she's with Spencer Wilson doing the interview. By Monday, which is a week later, this is where they want to know if they saw Letitia in Pensacola. So from the 3rd to 5th of February, which is only a week later, right? And then a week after that, has this leaked BS phone call. Yeah, so the 17th, somebody finds a juvenile person on the side of the road, and they call it in. They said the construction worker. And then by the 18th, obviously things are contacted with for El Paso County. And then they did a autopsy, and today they came out for it. So let's get back to this chat here where I can see a little bit better on here. So this group is amazing. I agree. Yeah, so the gag order, yeah, exactly. They can't talk about anything. And they can talk about the charges because that's public, but they can't talk about the details in from it. Here's my address. I'll give it to you right here. Email address. Right there, if you can see that. And so remember too that she reported a missing on Monday night. Yeah, premeditated. Murder in the first. And it's funny because, it's not funny, but it's interesting how I just saw it in the beginning. Remember when I kept saying she's on a schedule? She knew what she was doing. And that you could, I could see that. I could just see that. Bonnie, okay, I'll double check. Thank you. Tentatively identified. They're just saying that before it's a for sure. But Michael Allen was saying he talked to the people earlier, he talked to the family earlier, and they wouldn't do that if they weren't sure if it was him. Kristen Grace, thank you so much. I know, it's so sad. This is all kinds of crazy, right? Because she was arrested in South Carolina in Myrtle Beach, and it happened in Colorado, and Gannon's found in Florida. And what is absolutely crazy is that they know he died in Colorado, but yet is found in Florida, and it's 22-hour drive or whatever, right? You're taking him and putting him somewhere and driving with him for how many hours? Like, just... And she's not going to say a word. This woman is not going to confess, in my opinion. She is going to stand her ground because she has no responsibility for anything. Something even minor, there's no responsibility. Right? Where is her daughter? Good question. I don't know currently where she is. Last I knew, she was in South Carolina. Yeah, she has nothing to lose now. She's sitting exactly where she is. That's exactly it. She won't open her mouth. But you know what's interesting is this morning, I said to myself, I thought, this is before I found out, I thought, man, she's sitting there just smiling away how nobody can find him. I bet she's just all proud, right? And then a couple hours later, I find they found her. Do I think somebody else is involved? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like she wouldn't say anything to somebody else because she wants to uphold her ego. So I don't know. But I am going to dig into it and do a video, and then that way it'll give me more light as to what's going on. Yeah, she threw him out like trash. She did. And worse. I mean, knife, blunt object, and a firearm. What the actual you know what? And she thought she was super smart, right? She, remember in her interview, the video I did the other day, she said she's always thinking next step. And to me, she had a plan from get-go. Like that Tuesday, the next day, after she reports him missing, she goes and gets her rental car, and she looked like she was on a mission that day. She had her Apple Watch, make sure she's dinging everywhere. Okay, this is the amount of time I have, blah, blah, blah. She's calculated. She's calculating and manipulating. And people can say, yeah, she's innocent till proven guilty. My God, if you look at all the things that's coming up, I don't know what happened to make her do this. I don't. I feel like maybe they butted heads. Maybe she just didn't care for him. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how it started, but Donna, I like your message. I think she is, imagine today, okay? The news comes out that, yeah, we have Gannon. Imagine how she feels now. Not so smart now. Are you, Tisha? No, her interview was not February 5th. Her interview was that same week, January 31st. It was on the Thursday, I believe. Yeah, she was on a mission. If you watch the hours, watch my driveway video. If you watch my driveway video, I told you the hour. I tell you the hours and go through it. She was on a mission. I don't know. I bet she would know by now. Guards are gonna hear that. I don't know. I think so. Do you guys think that she knows by now? Yeah, anybody feel like apologizing to Tisha now? No. They might have a different kind of apology. Yeah, how many do we have? 1,900 people. Hi, you guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you guys want to see another video on this, on where I think, and I'll dig, you know my digging. If you want to see it, give it the like so that I know, yeah, you want me to do another video to dig more into this. And some people said, what's your name? My name is Linda. For the leaked call. In the leaked call video that I have, I'm going through the script and I'm digging into it. But underneath it, you will see I have a link to Dad with the Phone, and he has that actual call. But instead of grabbing that and replaying it, I dug in and took exactly what she's saying, even though it sounds like, when I'm reading it out loud, it sounds like I'm a little loco, because she talks in half sentences. And I won't use the word that I use because you guys so graciously told me what the saying that I was using, and it was not a good one, but I had no idea, and in my life nobody has corrected me. Okay, so we're gonna call it, what can we call it? A word salad, people were telling me. It's called a word salad, not what I called it. And people were saying in my comments, I bet I got 300 comments that said, Linda, do you know what that means? And I was like, what? I've said this for years. What are they talking about? And then they told me, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is mortifying. Absolutely mortifying. So she talks in circles, round and round and round and round. Thank you, Kathy. People liked what I called it. Well, you know, I mean, I guess it could probably pertain to that too, as it's just in a big circle and it's, you know, I don't know. It's just terrible. Oh, and what do, right? I'm not going to go back and take it down and edit it. What are you going to do? I just didn't know. I'm Canadian. It was different. Nobody has ever corrected me. So at least you got a good laugh in a serious thing, because sometimes I throw a little bit of sarcasm. People really liked my Seinfeld comment too, because she goes, yada, yada, yada. She goes, search, search, search. Where do I search? And she's saying, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, don't bring Seinfeld into this. Yep, they told me. More people even are telling me. See, Faruka said she didn't know that was a bad thing either. I didn't know. Lucy says she's Canadian. She knows it. Where have I been? Where have I been? Word salad. I don't know. My other word says... I mean, okay, if you guys didn't know that meaning of that word, wouldn't you think that's a good term to call it if you didn't know the other one? See, as a Canadian, I had no clue. My son told me, and he's 25. There you go. Where did the suitcase come up? Somebody was saying, I don't know, this could be hearsay. Somebody was saying their sister was a dispatcher and said there was a suitcase involved. But I don't know, and I'm going to double check. What am I talking about? There's a term that I used in one of my videos that I didn't know there was an actual other term meaning, and it was of a not a good nature, and people had a really good laugh at it. Oh, Judy says, Linda, you look 25. Well, I would take that. It's a long time ago. T's February 16th Facebook post said she was at the Daytona 500 K Black. Okay, so you guys can help me clarify this, because there has been talk that she was at the Daytona 500 in Florida. However, she's now saying, and she does lie, that her Facebook was hacked. But if her Facebook was hacked, then that would have been the same time she changed her profile pic. But she agreed, or she admitted that that Facebook pic is what she put up. Daytona is 6 hours away from Pace. Yeah, see? Who uses the term word salad? I don't. I have someone else. No, I don't have... Okay, wait. No, I don't have a 25-year-old son. Somebody says I look like I was 25. I don't have a 25-year-old son. Yeah, I said circle jerk, and I didn't know that's what it meant. I meant she goes round in circles and called it that, but I didn't know what the real meaning was. So people were laughing. But I got the info snacks. I got all kinds of info snacks for you. Okay, so Google shows Daytona 500 was on February the 16th. So I'm going to write that down. But we don't know. Okay, my pen's not working. We don't know if that's actually, if she was actually there yet. And you know what? I mean, good thing that Tisha opened her mouth so many times. You are laughing. Oh, what do you do? I mean, at least I didn't know what it was before. And now I know, and those words will never be the same. She drove to Florida to hire Jose Baez. Yeah, no, he confirmed that. I know you guys are laughing with me. I'm laughing too. What do you do, right? I mean, that's now in the internet forever. Oh, I was reading the 25-year-old son. I was reading somebody's comment. I didn't mean I have one. I mean, I can't go through life, my entire life, without having an embarrassing moment, right? You guys had embarrassing moments too, have you not? Okay, let's see. There's some emails coming in. Okay, so, wow. Yeah, there is more talk about the suitcase. I'm so angry at that. It's just disgusting. I make you guys laugh. Well, why not, right? Sometimes you'll see in my videos a little sarcasm comes out or whatever. Kind of like how I said Chad's not a griever. And, you know, I don't know. Sometimes it just comes out. Yeah, where he's found. I did see on the bridge that there's a fishing bait shop there. Good one, Joyce. Why would you go to the Daytona 500 when you're searching for your missing? We don't know she went there, but we do know that she said she went looking all day on the Tuesday, but yet she was saying she's going door to door, but no cameras have picked up Tisha going door to door. No, I do not. Trey says, do you have a Facebook page? I don't. If I did a Facebook page, I don't even know how I'd be able to upkeep it. Maybe in the future, once I have this all logged down. I was just doing, prepping for a JJ Vallow video that's coming tomorrow. But that took all day. And so it's going to come, but I'll probably do it tomorrow now since I'm doing this. And I'm working on a little super secret on my background. There is not a Facebook group right now. Is there Vallow news? Yeah, I'm going to do a JJ Vallow video. I not scripted it, but I did the whole thing, the timeline, so. Okay, here's my email address again. How many mods are in here today? Not that I have a lot, but it's crimeandshame@gmail.com. There's my email. That's funny, Shauna. I haven't done a witness list video yet. The only thing I talked about the witness list was in my last video with the car wash. Did you guys see that? And I talked about the car wash and my theory of where she would have put him that initial day. Mr. Linda's in the house saying, big things coming to It's a Crime. We can't wait to share it all. Yeah, there's lots of good things. I'm really excited. Daytona was rained out. I'm going to look in more to... Yeah, see, this is the thing. I don't want to bring out info that could be just rumor. You know, like for me, I just... I don't know. I rather have it confirmed, you know, before I talk about that. Please don't go to Patreon. I can't afford it. There will be memberships coming here to my channel. However, my channel will not change. It'll be the same thing. It'll just have a little bit more options for the memberships, and it'll be really, really affordable from as low as $2 and up. So no worries, and nobody has to join a membership. Same thing. This channel is going to be the same. I'm still going to give you videos constantly and do lives because I love it. What I kept thinking was all the time she was traveling in the car, and the fact her and Harley had been kicked out was, where was Harley? See, I just don't know. Yeah, anything new since the last stream 3 hours ago? Yes, I read out from there was a press conference today at 3 p.m. They read out the charges, the new charges for Tisha, including murder this is on top of what she already had. This is murder in the first after deliberation, which is a class 1 felony that carries a potential sentence of life in prison without parole. Thank you, Rhonda. And then there was also 8 counts of crime of violence for the alleged use of a firearm, a blunt instrument, a knife, or other sharp object, and for causing the death of Gannon Stauch. Meaning there was all 3 used. Spicy Lady says, I love your channel. You're my new favorite crime channel. Thank you. Okay, everything she said was a clue. Yes, she has been giving clues all along, but just baby bits, and you got to decipher it. But she said, people said I disappeared. I didn't disappear. And that was in her interview. And that's the day she did the rental car. The reason why people said she disappeared is because she didn't bring her phone with her, right? Just like she didn't on Monday, she actually forgot it. So the reason why she's bringing up the disappeared, because she's saying, I was out looking for him. Yeah, you were out looking for him to go get him and then bring him somewhere else. But what was interesting is I started believing that she was watching, because I would put something out and then she would rebuttal it. And she did this with everybody, okay, it's not just me. But I would put out a certain information and 3 hours later I'd get a rebuttal. So I started seeing in my videos, hey Tisha, like if you're watching, can you do this for me and let me know what this is all about? Hannah says, I want to create graphics for your channel. Love your person. That's cool. Do you do any merch design? They're asking, okay, so authorities are asking if they saw Tisha between February 3rd and February 5th in Pensacola. And so we're thinking now, well, obviously they know something about that time, right? Jennifer from San Antonio, Texas. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, merch is coming. Don't you worry. It's coming. Love that when you did that in your videos before she went to jail. Yeah, I started talking to her because she was one where somebody said it and she just had that, she was compelled to be like, okay, I got to set the record straight. This is why I had a bloodied board, a 2x4. This is where the blood came from. So I started bringing things into the video, and a couple hours later, she would respond. And I'm sure she did this to everybody. The law says that all 3 weapons have to be listed. Yes, but she did it. But Spencer Wilson made a clarification about all 3. We'll see. What's the question? Wendy, did you have a question? Rhonda, that would be awesome. I have a channel where I can get the merch from. It shows up in chat, and it'll show up underneath my videos. I'm working on designs. Oh, Crystal Campos says even if they're not used. Okay, let's find out, right? Yeah, it is confusing. It is confusing. But I did notice that they did the autopsy, right? And then he had the charges and they were separate in the document. What kind of computer did I get? I got a Mac. It is a horror story. I said this, I think it's going to be a lot worse what we're going to find out. And if you guys want me to dig in, make sure you click the like button for me to dig in, because I will go as much as I can. She did have a little bit of truth in everything she said. In everything. No, I didn't buy an Asus. I got rid of my Asus. It was awful. Awful, awful, awful. It was time. Why wasn't she under surveillance? I think she was, but I don't know. I know he was reported missing, and shortly after, maybe they found some stuff sooner or started being suspicious right away of her. Please dig in. I think I am. I have to. I feel like I can't let this go now. And I knew from the Tuesday when she rented that car, she was up to no good. Even though she said she went door to door. Why would you rent a car to go door to door, right? Oh, but she wanted to save on money because she's leasing her vehicle. Okay. Yep, she can get the death penalty from my understanding. I did do a call earlier with one of my viewers, and we are working on a few things just to find out, and then I will let you guys know. What? I don't have a son who's 25, and I'm not 25. Someone said I look 25, so I super appreciate it because that was a long time ago. I like to say that I'm younger than J-Lo, but older than Kim Kardashian. And then we just leave it at that. Light a candle for Gannon tonight. I definitely will. Yeah, Tasha, that's exactly what they did. They let me go around saying that, never corrected, never. And when something's a jumble, that's what I call it. Thank you, Crystal. You sent an email with a link and quote of the law. Thank you so much. You guys are so awesome at helping out. In any case in which the accused is charged with a crime of violence, as defined in Section 2A of the section, the indictment or information shall barely talk. The indictment or information shall so allege in a separate count, even though the use or threatened use of such deadly weapon or infliction of such serious bodily injury or death is not an essential element of the crime charged. Whew! Okay, thank you so much. You guys are so helpful. Well, that's what it says in here, that it has to be. The only thing is I'm looking at what he said today was separate. It wasn't the same charge. Like, meaning it wasn't in all in, I don't know. We need, you know who we need? We need Scott Reich. That's who we need. I haven't seen his videos in a long time because it's been busy, but he would help us out. Do you think that she, okay, let me see. Do you think that she drove to Florida with his body when she was kicked out of the house and that's why they found and picked her up in South Carolina? Very, very well could be. Cinder78 says, take care of yourself. I hope you have some peace knowing Gannon will be back with his family. He's in the arms of Jesus and has been since the moment he was killed. Yeah, you know, every morning and every night I wake up going, where are you, little buddy? Where are you, little buddy? Every day. And this gives, I think, everybody a little peace that we know now that he can go home. Not the way that we all wanted, but at least he can be with his, back to his family and not on a side somewhere where he doesn't belong. Yep, charges today were in addition. So there's 13 charges now. Yeah, Scott Reich. Somebody said that, quite a few people said in my thing that they said they would love for me and Scott to do a collab. And I think that would be interesting because I'm on a different side of the fence kind of than what Scott would be, but I think that would be an interesting interaction. Yeah, there's the assaulting of the cop. Yeah, there was that too. But I don't know how that's going to play out, if there's charges or how that plays. Scott Reich is a defense attorney and he's a YouTuber. And he was actually on with Stephanie Harlow, I want to say, was that a couple weeks ago maybe? And Stephanie Harlow's awesome. She gave me a shout out, so go check out her channel too. We think very similar in ways our mind works, in my opinion. And she actually congratulated me on my post, in my community post. And she said, congratulations on your subscribers. And that was super awesome. And so, yeah, she's awesome. And so nice to see another creator supporting another creator. Recap. Okay, recap. Today, I did an earlier video announcing that Gannon Stauch has been found. And he's been found in Pensacola, Florida, and near a bridge. And they did an autopsy and tentatively identified him as Gannon Stauch. Now, I did my latest interview, my latest live, and Michael Allen did who's the prosecutor, he did a press conference, and he talked about the newest charges he added onto Tisha Stauch. And he talked about a few things. He didn't want to say too much, but the important piece that he said was that Gannon had passed away in Colorado Springs and not in Florida. And so he said, I'm going to quote this because it's important. He says, we have jurisdictional requirements, so we couldn't charge it if we didn't think that it didn't occur in this jurisdiction. Yeah, especially a smaller creator. She's awesome. She said in her Stephanie Harlow said in her video, she talked about me and it's a crime. She's like, oh, that girl needs more subscribers and whatnot. And she's just go check her out. If you guys like my channel, you're going to like hers. It's just super awesome. So if you guys want to go check her out, go check her out. She's great. I wish I had more time to just dive deeper into her videos because she's awesome. Yeah, that's why she was charged with tampering with corpse. And her first four charges were murder in the first, child abuse resulting in death. The third one was tampering with a corpse. And then the fourth one was tampering with evidence. And then she was added on to another 9 charges, which was murder in the first with intent and deliberation. And she had 8 of these 8 counts of crime of violence where he added on to it. Yeah, he was killed in Colorado. That's when Michael Allen. And the next court date is April 14th at 3 p.m. And they said because of the quarantine and all that stuff, that's still going to happen. Anybody who's in custody, everything's going to be status quo until they found out. Yeah, I found your channel thanks to Stephanie. Yeah, it's awesome. It's so nice seeing creators supporting other creators is so important. Jennifer says, I'm opposite. I started watching Stephanie because of Linda. Well, that's awesome. See, that's awesome. I think different creators have something different to bring to the table. Of course, we're all different. My personality is different than somebody else. I might not be their cup of tea. Somebody else, like it's all good. She did leave hints in her... Tisha left hints in everything. In her statements, in her video, in her gong shows on Facebook. Everything. She is a monster. Ah, you found me from Scott. That's awesome. Scott Reich, if you're here, and you see this, let's collab. Yes, Tisha did pick up Al on January 28th. January 27th, Gannon goes missing. The next day she rents a car. She rents it in the morning, but Al comes at noon. So she has 3 hours to go putz around and do what she needs to do, and then come and get him, and then later takes off and has another however many hours. So she rented that car for 28 and a half hours. I didn't say 8 wounds. I did not say 8 wounds. I said 8 counts of crime. 8 counts of crime of violence. Oh, awesome. Where is that? And justice is coming. The beautiful thing, okay, in all this, it's a horrific crime. But the beautiful thing is, now that Gannon has been found, I pray that there is so much evidence that he is able to give, that there's going to be no shadow of a doubt. I don't know what was bouncing in the back of the truck, but there is something bouncing. I did that in my driveway video, that as soon as she goes off the bump, something does bounce, but I do not know what that is, only that it looks like something is bouncing as it goes off. So check out my driveway video, and then you'll be able to see. This poor baby, where did I say? I have a 9-year-old. Where did that go? Sorry, I was just reading it and then I lost it. Did she disperse parts of his body, or did they find him all in one spot? I don't know. I do wonder if she's been told that people know now. I'm wondering. Because I'm pretty sure with all her shenanigans the last how many weeks that she was probably pretty proud of how she was able to create all these little drama spots everywhere. I'm having trouble on this timeline. What day did Al? Okay, so Monday, Gannon goes missing on January 27th. By Tuesday, she rents the car. She goes and picks Al up. But by Tuesday night, she's not in the house. And of course, now we know she has the rental car, so yeah. And because Roderick brought that same week, Roderick brought that surveillance and said, like, look at this. And that's when he's like, you lied. Yeah, I hope that she is told, and it'd be interesting to be a fly on that wall. Crystal says, just glad that with finding him, no need for a deal. Yeah. Now, and just for those who, if you get a little, what am I trying to say? To give you a bigger picture, she drove, the hours to drive from Colorado Springs to Pensacola, Florida is 21 plus hours. Almost 21 hours. And that's going through Dallas, Texas. And then when I was looking at the other way to go through Kansas, that was 22 hours. I just can't understand what that sweet little boy done to that horrible woman to make her have so much hate for him. Nothing. He didn't do anything. Because you could have the worst kid in the world and still not do that, right? Who's saying she's clearly innocent? That's funny. No, they didn't say, they're not going to speak to, there's a gag order, so they can't speak to anything, cause of death, none of that. They just said because it's public with the charges, that's what they can talk about, and nothing deeper than that. Nobody can keep up with her antics. This woman has so many crazy antics, she's like, but you know, in a way, it's a blessing because she couldn't help herself to keep talking. So each person out there, all the creators, all the news that keep putting out these little bits of information, she felt compelled to, that's because Gannon cut his foot. Oh, that? Yeah, that's because I did this. That's because I did that. So in a way, that's a blessing, right? It'd be way worse if she said nothing. I saw the witness list, and I have not done a video yet on that. I was more focused on where she could have went and where could Gannon be, etc. I was actually working on the 28-hour stint, and then this came up. So, and it has been very, very emotional, very emotional. I can't even imagine the parents. All of us didn't even know Gannon or the family, but you know, over time we follow this, we start getting, you know, we feel close to the whole situation, and we're human to be upset. I don't know if she acted alone or to get help. I feel like she wouldn't want anybody to know that she's actually evil, and so part of me thinks that no, you know, unless maybe it's somebody super close. Safrona 5 says, I'd love to be a fly on the wall when they tell her. Me too. So when did she have time to go to Florida? Well, I don't know. I'm going to look into that. Part of me thinks that it's that day, that Tuesday, not that she could go all the way, but that Tuesday is a big piece to that. Yes, is it a fact that his body has been found? Yes, that is a fact. He was found in Pensacola, Florida. And that is right from the El Paso County Judge's, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. Whew, it's been a long day. And that is a fact. They did an autopsy and they said tentatively identified, but Michael Allen mentioned today in the press conference at 3 p.m. that he talked to the family and told them the news. I don't know how Al could have been so blind to what's going on. I think because of, in my opinion, because she is so super manipulative, I feel like when he was around, she was Miss like Mom of the Month kind of thing. Not that she was perfect, but I feel like she brought on, like she heightened who she actually was, or faked it. You know what I mean? Oh, the aunt is, okay, I'm going to look at that. Because it's not good if the aunt is saying that. However, hopefully, let me just look. I hope she didn't put that on there. Okay, she didn't announce it. It's awful. I'll keep looking into that, guys. Okay. I think too, like, I don't think Al would have left her by him, I don't think, how do I word this? I think Al trusted her. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left her home with the kids. And she's done that for how long, right? So I don't know if something amped up or what, but I just don't think she would have done, he would leave her if he thinks that something would happen. I just don't feel that. Texas Diamond says, praying for Gannon's family. My heart hurts for them. Fly high, G-Man. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. That Bob guy says, I'm in Pensacola. Gannon was found in the swamp on the highway between Pensacola and Pace. It was near the bridge. Thank you, Kylie. And she drove 955 miles with that rental car going on. Landon even said she had trusted T, not Al's fault. Yeah, she did. Thank you, Crystal. She did. She said that I trusted her too. And you could see that there was a text on the Tuesday morning before she rented the car at 6:35 a.m., I believe it was. Something around that. Tisha said, I'm going to go look for Gannon. I'm going with the neighbors. And Curious Georgia says, I need more mods. Yes, I do. I know. It's coming. Thank you. And so there was this text. And Landon says, please find my baby. Like, help me find my baby. And she even asked, can you pick me up from the airport, or can I stay with you guys? So there was that level of trust. I mean, it seemed. Yeah, Al is not culpable. She fooled entire schools and so many people, not just him. You're naive and lucky if you don't know this type of person. They live doubled lives. And this is why I went hard on these videos, because this type of person gets away with this stuff on a minor level all the time. And why I bring this to the attention to all you guys is, number one, get Gannon out there as much as possible to find him, right? Number two, she had little truths in everything, so I have to bring it forward because this woman cannot get away with it like she's used to. And she's probably scratching her head like, I don't get it. People aren't buying what I'm saying when usually I'm used to them buying what I'm saying, right? And these people do. They get away with it all the time. And so that's why she thought she was being sneaky, right? Oh, that's no problem. I'll just come up with this. That's no problem. I'll just come up with this. Constance Keene says, thanks for your hard work on this case. I love your channel. Thank you. The judge said that the next 2 dates that it won't be televised. He talked about the next 2. She is going to be in court on April 14th at 3 p.m. Thank you, Christina. And Crystal, I thank you. I look people up, then people think I'm nutty. Well, you just got to be careful, right? Yeah, in her head, this is my belief, in her head, I think she believed she was going to get away with it. I think that's why she made the call. That's why she, like that leaked call, that's why she did the interview. I think she thought she was pretty smart. So not everyone runs backgrounds on people. In the States, you can do a lot more than you do in Canada, I can tell you that. Yeah, I wonder if she's waiting for the apologies. Yeah. Who is Harley? Harley is Tisha's daughter, and I believe she just had a birthday. I believe she just turned 18. Yeah, I think it was last week, I feel like. Maureen says, this is the best network for information on cases. You're in depth and to the point. Thank you. You're welcome. I do try my best. Diane says, some people are able to hide their ugly. Yep. We only have one life says, I'm an angel mom since 2013. During all this evil we are living in, remember to give your loved ones a hug, praying for Gannon's family. Yes, and thank you for the super chat. I'm so sad. So sad he's gone. Harley is going to need massive therapy. I think they all are. And I don't know if Lena knows or not, the little sister. I don't think the 911 call would be public. If there's a gag order, I don't think so, but I don't know. Do you guys know? Thank you, Alexandra. Kristen, I'm going to see that next time that person comes, the mod, Kristen, and then I'll see if I can deal with that. Kimberly says, I just emailed you with the link from our local newspaper that has photos of where he's found. Yes, I saw that, and it shows the crime tape, right? And I'll just double check. I'm sure there's going to be a slew more of emails. Let's just look. That's so sad. Okay. Why did it do that? Sorry, I'm just checking here. I just lost it. I'll check again. It closed out. Please hold. Okay. There we go. Yeah, those are the ones that I seen. It's the side of the road, and then you can see a bunch of rocks with the bridge, and then the crime tape. Oh, Brooke, I can't even imagine that. I'm sure somebody's going to get news in jail. Charlene says, love your channel. You are awesome. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if she does or not. I don't know if she had somebody to help her. I just don't. I feel like she wouldn't let anybody know that information, that she's that. Like her ego would protect her too much. Yes, they are keeping a lot under wraps to preserve the integrity of the case, which is frustrating for us now, but will eventually be able to nail T to the wall in the end. Yes, and Michael Allen has a wicked history, like meaning good. He has 100% accuracy on his murder cases, so he's the one to do it. Aw, what I crave. Thank you. You're a special soul, so look forward to your videos. Thank you. There's more coming. I was working on a JJ Vallow one today that I was going to film, and then all this happened. Texas Diamond says, people in comments are blaming Alan Landon for trusting her around the kids. Please stop, people. They are living the worst nightmare of their lives. I agree. Thank you, Texas Diamond. I agree. This can happen where somebody's fakes you. What's the word? They play you, and you had no idea until something brutal happens. And who's ever gonna predict this would happen, right? They might say, oh, she's being cranky or something's going on, whatever, but you never would think this would happen and somebody would actually be killed. Yeah. Gaslighting, yeah, that's the word that everybody starts to use or is using. Yeah. And word salad, right, with these same types of people. I'm going to do a video on that, on the rental again, but more of not the morning, more the afternoon / evening throughout the night, and then also on where he was found. And see, as I start digging, I'll start to come up with what I believe or what I see and then start putting the pieces together, then it makes it easier. I can't just say right now, right? Yeah, there we go. Jessica says, look at CW. I won't even say his name. Every single person trusts him and thought of him is in such high regard, even after everything came out. Most friends and family still cannot wrap their minds around his crimes. Exactly. Destiny says, I live here in Pensacola. Please repeat what happened. Okay. Gannon Stauch was officially, okay, let's back up. El Paso County Sheriff's Office did a statement today that Gannon Stauch was tentatively identified and found in Pensacola, Florida. They are asking if you were in Pensacola, Florida between February 3rd and 5th and saw Letitia Stauch to please contact the authorities. Crystal Campbell says, almost everyone in their lives have narcissistic, sociopathic people like this in their lives, and some have no idea they even are. They're everywhere. She could have been totally different with Al around. Yes, Crystal Campbell, I agree. I think she played it up when he was around. And he travels quite a bit, right? So it's not like she has to go years on end faking it. She just has to go little bits at a time. She didn't want to face the camera for an interview because she knew that would have proven her guilty. Body language doesn't lie. Yes, I did 2 videos on her, one with what she talks about, one with how her hands went. Joni, message me at itsacrimeandashame@gmail.com. And so the persons or people that found him, they said construction worker, found him on the side of a road near Escambia Bridge, Pensacola. And Michael Allen, this afternoon at 3 p.m., did a press conference, and he added to the charges that were already there. Terry in Jacob's World, can you send me an email? I'd be absolutely happy. And actually, you know what? Here, I'll just do this right now. There. Okay. Laced with Lacey says, keep up the great work. Justice for Gannon. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that explains the 955 miles. Like I said in my video, that happened. It was 955 miles. Now, it couldn't get her to Pensacola because Pensacola is 1,400 miles. However, get her partway. Curious Georgia, thank you. I like your name. Well, Colorado with the death penalty is not till July 1st that's implemented. Thank you, Marcia Young. Thank you so much. I like the little dude, the little sticker that's dancing. Oh, Harley Hunt's YouTube content has been removed. I did not know that. It's been a while since I looked at it, though. So how did she make up the difference? Well, January 27th, Gannon goes missing. January 28th, she rents a car. February 3rd to 5th, which is a week later, is when authorities are asking if they saw her. So she has time again, because remember, they took her vehicle away and Harley's vehicle, right? So I'm going to have to do some digging. Keep it classy in here, you guys. If you're not going to keep it classy, everybody else is, but I just read the comment, and if you're not going to, then, you know, keep it classy. I think her daughter's car was also, because remember in the interview she was talking about having to go to the store and buy a bunch of clothes, and they wanted to take the keys from her car. Or take her car. Thank you, JR Elite Mods. Keep it classy. That's right, merch. If you guys want me to dig into how this could have happened and do a video, just click the like button. I'll know. I'll get her done. Explains why she was at a car wash, so there was no pollen or grass or particular samples to take, as they would pinpoint a region where the car was. Well, I did do a video on the car wash and where I thought she went in Colorado Springs, or just north, sorry, in Douglas County. My mods are awesome. Give all of them like a thumbs up and a high five and a high 10 and all that. They're doing really great, and I really, really appreciate it, because I can't do it all myself. I can't even think about how scared Gannon was. I just can't believe someone could do something so disgusting to a child. I feel bad for his parents and how they're handling the news. Absolutely, 100%. I mean, this is somebody he trusted, and he knows what's going on. Yeah, the fact that he was found on the side of the road really bothers me on more than one level. He was found on the 17th, yes. The question then becomes how long, and then I just missed where your comment was. Well, that's the thing, they can't comment on how long he was there, but because somebody even asked, like, how long do you think that, they asked Michael Allen this, how long do you think that he's been there? He's like, I can't comment on that. No, they have not released the cause of death. There's a gag order. I guess she can't now contact all these people like Crime Online and say what happened, or, you know, and give her other rebuttal or backup of a backup of a backup. That's funny. It's coming. Justice is coming for her. And I believe in Michael Allen too. I saw he's somebody who has a history in the Navy. He has 100% record of getting, of murder cases. And he's a family man. And he's probably seeing this and just totally disgusted. And it was like, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. She was arrested in South Carolina in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, I held out he was alive. They had stuff early on that they said that, he's not going to be found. We all kind of have hope, like even today, this morning when I found out. I mean, it's very upsetting, right? And you kind of in the back of your mind just hope that that was wrong. But even though I knew that he wasn't going to be found like that, when you find out, just so upsetting. JR Elite Mod says, wonder why no transporting deceased body across state line charges. I don't know how that works. Scott Reich? Well, she does have tampering with evidence and tampering with the human body. Yeah, it is an ongoing investigation and there is a gag order, so we don't know. Curious Georgia says, but if you all read in between the lines, law wants to know if T was seen February 3rd to the 5th in Pensacola area. So they narrowed it down to that, which was only a week later. That was only a week later after he had gone missing. There you go. Yeah, there is a gag order. It is 212 miles from Pensacola to Myrtle Beach. I'm going to look at all this. I've been on this live stream. Actually, yeah, holy moly. This has gone really fast because I went on at 4:30 my time, so almost 2 hours. I've been on an hour and a half. Oh, 10-hour drive to Pensacola from Myrtle Beach. Yeah, Rhonda says, I'm literally crying knowing that baby. Yep, I bawled my eyes out earlier. I think they're going to look into the Facebook stuff and see if she actually got hacked. My guess is no. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, I agree. Open minds, if we could just block the ones that are not, shouldn't be in here. Tolls, good question. I'm going to write that down to eye up as well. Aren't any tolls. Man, there's a lot of people in here today, and some of them are spicy. I think I think that she, like I said before, she had created a lot of crime scenes and she wanted to scatter as much as she could so that it wouldn't be all in one spot. And although she may feel she was smarter in a sense by doing all this, at the end of the day, he was still found. And so she's probably not feeling so smart now. So that's the dealio. And I'm going to just stay on probably another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll go and get some food and work on my next video. I don't think anybody hacked her Facebook. I think she's full of it. She did drive 955 miles. I said that, and everybody's like, no, you're wrong. How could that be? It's only 95. They added the wrong thing on there. No, they didn't. Math is math. And if you have an empty tank of gas and you have to fill it up at 333 miles, I believe it was for the Kia Rio, you don't drive 95 miles. My God, this is beyond what everybody would, or what anyone would have thought. This is so utterly heartbreaking. I am in complete shock. I am in Kansas and thought she may have brought him here. Heart is broken. Yeah, it's going to get worse in terms of what you're going to find out. It's going to get worse, I feel. Witness list showed green dot, prepaid credit card. She could have used that. Yep. No, you're right. 955 miles wouldn't have gotten her to Florida. Absolutely right. It's like 1,400 miles to get to Pensacola. You're right, but she had a few days. So that's what I'm going to dive into. She didn't dispute the bill. She did not dispute the bill. And she's the one who was talking to Crime Online. So if it was wrong, didn't you think that she would be like, no, that's actually wrong. That budget bill's wrong. No, she didn't. Tracy says, Linda, you need to go to law school. Well, here's a little secret. As a teenager, I was planning to go to law school and I wanted to be a prosecutor. So, yes, I'm going to do a timeline video. As always, I always include the timeline. Takes a little bit longer to research, but yeah, on witness list, there are 2 car rentals. You are correct. Yenny says, Linda, I really rely on the information that you're bringing us. I'm trying my best. It takes a little bit longer to sift through what's the hearsay, what's right, what's going on, what the timeline is. Never too late to go to law school. You'd kick crime's butt. Somebody said to me, Linda, I just talked to my husband last night and I said, if I ever go missing, I need you to contact Linda from It's a Crime. Crystal says it's never too late to go to law school. Yeah, thank you. You never know. I would be an awesome prosecutor. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And there's 1,600 people still here, and you guys are still here. It's amazing. I really, really appreciate you. If you see in my channel, you'll see the comments, and everybody is so awesome. There is like this much of not so awesome and like this much of super awesome. So we have created a really great community, all of us. And without you guys, there wouldn't be this channel. I'm telling my husband the same thing. That was funny. It just made my day. Holly Smith says, you are amazing, Linda. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. I would wear the math is math. Math is math. What more can I tell you? Math is math. Except for maybe the new math that the kids do. Crystal Campo, insanity pleas don't work in this case. She'd have to prove she didn't know right from wrong. I know this because it would happen to my aunt. Thank you, Crystal. The thing is, yeah, how's she going to do that? She just got a job. She got a job at a school. And I don't think the insanity plea is going to even work at all. I saw, you guys are talking about the new math. Okay, I saw something and it was like, my husband showed it. Mr. Linda showed it to me. And it was so funny because it was I think it was a YouTube video or maybe it was Facebook, something like that. And they were talking about the old math and the guy answered the question in like, I don't know, 2.7 seconds. And then the new math, they show back to the original guy and he's making a coffee, he's leaving walking the dog and coming back and it still wasn't solved. It was so funny. I'm gonna have to ask him what it was because I was laughing so hard. Charmin says I would drink out of a circle jerk mug. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know. Sorry if I'm coughing in the microphone. Oh, it was Facebook. Okay, Canadian Gal says I saw that math video was on Facebook. When my husband showed me, I just thought that was the funniest thing because it's just like, you know, going out, coming back. Leslie Ann Perry says, thanks, Linda, for all you do. Bless you from the UK. Thank you so much. I would totally have that mug. Oh, you guys. The info snacks is coming. Okay, back to the case. What else can I say here? Pretty much that's the gist of it today. Yeah, word salad. I guess I'm going to have to say that now because I won't use the other one. I didn't know. We love you from California. I love you from Canada. Be a great prosecutor than judge. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I would be a good judge. I don't know. You guys are so funny. I love your humor. What is a gag order? Well, basically a gag order is people can't talk about the case and they can't talk about anything in depth. What they can talk about is the charges because they're public. And he's saying, Michael Allen talks about the gag order and says, these are merely allegations of the charges. He says, everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. And he said, these charges are public, so we can discuss those, but we can't discuss anything outside. He says, none of the supportive facts to the charges, if that makes sense. Lynn says it helps because you are a friendly Canadian. Thank you. Here's my email. I'll give it to you guys again. I am backlogged in emails, just so you know, so give me some grace. Baby girl Kennedy, I don't know if that's a fact or not. And we know that he was found. That's it. Oh, you're talking about my nails? Okay, if you guys see really close, I did it. I don't know if you can be able to see that. You see that? That is There you go. See the stripe? The blue's for Gannon. The stripe is for Tisha, and there's a little diamond on there, and that's justice. It's nice to be able to laugh with you in such a sad time. Yeah, man, the tears. The tears. Thank you for all you do. Your honesty and compassion is amazing. I love you and your channel. I love how dedicated you are. So glad to have found your channel. Thank you so much. I don't want to stop. Yeah, I know. I should have had stripes for the middle finger, but I didn't have ones that fit. And I did say, like I did keep mentioning in my videos, she's a distancer. This is going to be this. And sure enough, you know, I never knew Florida. I was actually just working on where she would have gone for those 955 miles and working on it. And then the news came. So this can still help, right? I am a teacher and your way of looking at the case is brilliant. Sometimes I have just different thoughts than the average bear. Thank you, hey Addies. Addles. Hey Addles. Lawyer Linda. Yeah, a little laugh was nice amongst us. It's not that people aren't taking it serious. We are taking it very seriously. I'd say a solid 95% of folks here shed tears. Yeah, man, I was crying earlier. I am glad that I did read the charges earlier on my own before I came back on here. Because I think if I would have been live watching Michael Allen talk about it, I don't think I can handle that. I did do a video, Tracy, on her previous crimes. I brought out just the bigger ones, like the domestic violence and that kind of thing, and you can see that in my playlist. I have an entire playlist of videos for Gannon, and let me just see here because I think I can get that for you for the playlist. And how many do I have on his? I don't know if it was 20 or something like that. Let's get you the playlist so you guys can all see it. So when I get off here, you guys have something to watch. Okay, here's the playlist. Coming your way. 26 videos. So you guys are going to be busy if you're hanging out at home for a while. And some of them, most of them are videos, not live. So there's a few sprinkled in. I'm just wondering where she hit him and how she felt driving to Florida with a dead body in the car. I don't know. But they did say, and that was the most important info, that they said that he did die in Colorado and was found in Florida. That is a huge piece. Gannon in that accidental video made me cry, just broke my heart to hear that precious little boy. I couldn't, that sound, the sound he was making is just awful, awful. I hate I'm all caught up. So, okay, so if you're already caught up on my videos, rewatch them now knowing what you know, because it's going to be even more like what when you're, because I rewatched the interview video with her, and now that you know that info of her being charged and that, and you go back to the beginning, things start coming more and more aha moments in your mind. Karen says, take care of yourself in all this coverage. This is very traumatic. You are completely sweet and awesome, but this will stay with you like it will stay so many for very long. Yep. He, like I said, every morning I'd say, you know, where are you, little buddy? Where are you? And I feel like I had to keep going to try and see what her patterns are, because I see things in patterns a lot of times. Does Linda have a PayPal account? I don't have one set up. Somebody asked me to do a P.O. box, so I did set up a P.O. box. And I'll have to post that, but I haven't done a PayPal account. Doesn't mean I won't, I just haven't. Yeah, I wonder if the guards have found out. You know, and made it known to her, let's just say, that they know what happened, or they know that he was found. Wendy says, hi, your videos are really informative. You have a great vision. Was blown away. Love, peace from us here in Scotland. Cool. America's like here, maybe a murder 5 a year is in USA so bad. I don't know. I find like whenever I hear about Colorado, for some reason, and Colorado's a beautiful place, awesome people. I don't know what it is there. If it's something goes wonky with the altitude or what. Kat Patterson says, Linda, on T's Facebook page, she was saying that she was in Daytona Beach for a Trump rally. Is that true? I don't know. I am going to look at that because some people were talking about that. But she also said at that same time that was put out, that her Facebook was hacked. So I don't know. Knowing what you know now, what do you think that hair stroke meant? I think, I said this before in another video, like I think that was a purposeful thing. I don't think that was just something on her ear or nothing, because she was walking and then she purposely did that. I don't know. Now I'm going to rewatch all my videos now and see, but I don't think that was for nothing, if that makes sense. Okay, 2 more minutes and then I'm going to have to go eat. Otherwise I'm going to get dizzy. I eat all the time. Yeah, Colorado, when I did a little Google Drive, Colorado looks like a lot like Alberta. Very different and has similar kind of weather where it's cold one day and then gets warm. There's another YouTube creator that was considering calling her in jail to get an interview. I hope she doesn't. Calling her and asking the wrong question could compromise the case against her. Yeah, I don't know. People are talking about going to visit her. Thank you, Dylan's mom. Thank you for never giving up. I couldn't. I can't. I go to bed at night and going, where is he? So I feel like the videos that I was putting out, I was like, I have to figure out what she was doing on this timeline. So I kept going, you know. What am I having for dinner? I don't know. I actually have been pretty much going vegan the last couple months. I thought it would be weird, but I actually feel really good. Maybe, I think Mr. Linda cooked dinner. It's awesome. Tonight, though, I'm going to chill out. I'm not going to work on any of the stuff. I was going to do a video on JJ, but I won't. Maybe I'll film it tomorrow and then work on some other stuff with Tisha. And also, I'm doing a new background, so I'm going to work on that too because you'll love it. Thank you, Mackenzie. I'm making chicken and potatoes. I used to love that. For some reason right now, I can't. For me, I just can't even do meat right now for some reason. I just don't. So I've done it, I guess it's almost 3 months. And I've had a tiny bit of fish, so I can't say totally vegan. But I actually like it. info snacks. How are you liking the info snacks today? You guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I am super proud of the community we have. I love talking to you guys. I'm trying my hardest to answer everybody. It's getting harder now. All right, we're going to do one more minute. Oh, I hope not. Charmin, no, I'm not. Not even a little bit. The info snacks were definitely hard to swallow today. And I'm grateful that he was found so that his parents can have that peace, knowing now that he's not on the side somewhere. I'm grateful that there's potential that there's going to be a lot more evidence against her. And I'm grateful for Michael Allen. And I think he's going to get the job done. And I'm just grateful that, the family doesn't have the not knowing anymore, even though what they know is absolutely awful. So let's do a bunch of these hearts and flood them. And that will be especially for our little buddy, Gannon, who is amazing. And we pray that he just brings out the truth, because I think he will. We are going to hear things we don't want to hear. I believe that. But in the end, I think he's going to bring the evidence that they need to make sure that she doesn't do this to anybody else ever again. So thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for being part of 2 live streams today and chatting and showing support and giving love to Gannon, to Landon, to Al, to Lena, and even Harley, because it's not easy. And families, right? And the family and friends. So thank you so much for watching, and you are going to see me soon. If you want to get a hold of me, it's acrimeandashame@gmail.com, and it's going to take me some time to go through these emails, so please have a little patience, but I will get there. Thank you so much. We will talk to you probably tomorrow. Bye.